Hi, welcome to Paul's Kitchen for another exciting version of Who Knew What You Could Do with Italian salad dressing. Today, I'm going to make Italiano gravy, you know, the red sauce. With the sauce, we can make meatballs and garlic bread with cheese, which I'm sure a lot of you know how to do, but I'm going to do it anyways. So, for the sauce, tomato paste, a little bit of tomato sauce itself, petite diced, I got peeled plum tomatoes and some crushed tomatoes. I'm also going to put in, for like a marinara, some mushrooms, garlic, onion, carrot, half of this pepper. We use salt, pepper, oregano. I got rosemary, Italian seasoning, basil, and I like a little red crushed pepper in there. Also a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Obviously we'll start with the oil, the garlic, and all that good stuff. A little trick I'm going to show you is I'm going to take the tops of these off. I'm going to wash them, I'm going to dry them, I'm going to put them on top of the burner, and then put my pot on top of that. These will burn, not the bottom of your pan or your pot. They're going to get a funny smell for the first 3-4 minutes, that's just because these are burning, but then it'll be fine. We're also going to do some meatballs, like I said. I got hamburger and I got some pork, ground pork. A little bit of pork, some hamburger, probably 2 pounds of hamburger and a half a pound of pork. We're going to use some breadcrumbs, some Parmesan cheese, eggs, garlic, of course, seasoning. I got some Ritz crackers. Also, we're going to use Italian bread for the garlic bread with cheese. And then, of course, I got the cheese. So let's get going here. I'm just going to start chopping up some veggies. I'm going to put them in my saute pan first, and then I'm going to put them all together, mince it up, and we'll start our sauce, and I'll show you in a second. Alright, so I'm just going to rough chop the carrots and the onions, because I'm going to throw them in the saute pan, a little oil, butter, and garlic, which is right here. So I just take the garlic, like so. Take the peel off. The onions got to me a little bit. I forgot to rinse them like I always do. Woo, if I start crying, it's because I care about you. Alright, so we're just going to do that to show you how I do it real quick. A little bit of oil. Throw this on. This is what we're going to put our sauce in. And the meatballs, I'm going to brown them in the pan. I'll show you. I'm going to put them together. We're going to brown them in the pan and throw them in the oven for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to finish them for a couple hours right in the sauce. Alright, some Italians say no because it changes the flavor, but hey, I'm Portuguese Italian. Alright, see you in a few minutes. 3 cloves of garlic. I used about 6 mushrooms, a half a pepper, 1 carrot after I scrubbed it, and all my veggies I scrubbed clean nice, and a whole onion. So we're going to put a little salt in here, some pepper, and of course this is where we're going to use the Italian. Not much, just a little. And that's it. So we'll cook this out just a little bit. We're going to throw it here in the blender. We're going to blend all our veggies together. We're going to put some more garlic in the bottom of the pot and some oil. And we're going to put everything in there. Then we're going to put a little flour in there to make like a roux. We'll thicken it up, and then we'll start putting in our tomato products and all the seasonings. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay. So here's our cans, the tops. Remember I told you I was going to take them off? We're going to wash them. Like so. Have a little on my hands, because why not? So I'm going to use 3. I'm going to dry them up nice. My veggies for my marinara are still cooking up here. Nice and easy. Flip, slip, and flip. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. These are going to go literally right here. 1, 2, and 3. So then I put the pot on top, and we start our sauce, and we let it cook for hours, all day. Maybe a quick one, because we're getting hungry, so maybe like 3-4 hours we'll cook it. But here we go. Now we're going to put this into the blender, and we'll start doing everything like I told you. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of water. No, not to me, in here. Some water in there. You saw how much it was. That much. take one of my little spatulas here. I'm gonna literally throw the garlic, the pepper, the mushrooms, the onion, and the carrot right in. Alright, here we go. There we go. Then you're gonna just bring it to a nice blend. You see how it's so liquidy? That's why I'm gonna add flour. I'm also gonna put a tablespoon or two of sugar to get it a little sweet. But the carrots in there actually absorb the acid from the tomato. It helps. Some people put a potato, they peel it, put it in. A friend of mine, Sherry Fitzgerald, hi Sherry. She's done that before. I've seen it. She had a great sauce. And I know a lot of you people have great sauces. I'm just showing you the way I do mine. So, oh, it smells good. Does that smell good?
Yum.
Okay. All right, over here. Put this on, like I showed you. See, just like I told you. On. Put it down low because we never want to burn it. Put it right on top. You're gonna get a funny smell at first, but that's those things. A little bit of oil. About tablespoon. Of course, all true Italians use more and more garlic. So it's gonna take a while for it to cook, obviously. But we're gonna put this right in. Okay? Right in. And this is the start of our sauce. Now, I'm gonna take some flour. We're gonna use, all right. Oh, see how much I'm doing here?
No.
Not over here, put it in. Can you get in there? See that?
Can't see the spoon.
Okay. So it's about 4 tablespoons, or these spoons, kitchen spoons. We're gonna literally fold it like this. And fold it, fold it, fold it, thicken it up a bit. There we go. You might have to put a little bit more. So put 2 more of these spoonfuls in there. I mean heaping spoonfuls, as you can see. Can you see that? The heaping spoonful? So there we go, 2 more. So that'd be 6 altogether. Now it's thick, let me show you. See how it's getting thick? There we go. That's gonna make like a vegetable roux, or marinara, whatever you want to call it. Hey, that's a song. That's not. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook out a little bit for a few minutes. I'm gonna add my paste to it, because I like to start with the paste first. Where's that spoon? Anybody know where I put the spoon? Alright, tomato paste. Right in there. I'm using it all. So for about 5 minutes, we'll let this cook out, and then we're gonna start adding all the sauces, all the tomato products in. And then we're gonna throw the seasonings in. And then we'll start on our meatballs. Alright, like I told you, we're gonna put them in the fry pan, brown them, throw them in the oven for about 10 minutes, and then finish them for as long as we're gonna cook the sauce. Well, that's not a spicy meatball, I don't like them spicy, but the sauce is getting a little red crushed pepper. It just balances the sweetness, it's really good. Okay, so, alright, I think we're caught up. We'll do this, let this cook out, and I'll get back to you. I'll get a nice big bowl, we'll start to meat the balls. It's been about 5 minutes, we cooked out that little mixture that I put together. We're gonna throw in our tomato products. Now, let it cook out. We add our seasonings. Now, for those of you who like meat in your sauce, you can put on the bottom, right when I was doing that, a pork chop, steak with a bone on it, or chicken bone, whatever you want. You want to put both or all of them in, go ahead. Now we're doing a marinara, so I'm just using the veggies. But we're going to start with our seasonings. A little bit of Parmesan cheese. Not everybody uses this, but I do. And do I measure? No. go by smell. And that smells good. Okay, red crushed pepper. This one I'm going to use my hands. Pinch. And another pinch. Yeah. Just 2 pinches. Okay. What do you got? Oregano. What Italians doesn't use oregano, right? Let's take this off. Well, maybe not. Come on over here, we'll show you. We're going to use our oregano. So probably a tablespoon or 2. It's not Italian without that. Italian seasoning. 2 teaspoons of that. Our basil for the sweetness. Teaspoon. 2. What was last? Oh, the rosemary. Alright. So the rosemary, I like to crush it up. Because I hate biting into the rosemary. I like the flavor, but I hate all those big pieces. And as we go along, as we start tasting it, you can always add now the salt. And our black pepper. You see, it's all mixed up. It's gonna cook for a long time, so those peeled tomatoes, the whole ones, they'll break down. And a little bit of cheese in there. I'm also gonna add a little bit of red wine. By a little bit, I mean like this. Ready? Good. All right. Now let's let that all cook. And in about, I don't know, 3-4 hours, the sauce will be done. We could cook it all day, but I want to eat today. Well, I'm going to put my little, as always, Sazon. Always saying, that's not Italian. No, it's not, but it's got good flavor. Just a bit, see? Just like that. That's it. Now we'll mix it. Hey, remember that commercial? Set it and forget it? Yeah, we're setting it and we're forgetting it. Alright. Let our sauce cook out for hours. We'll start our meatballs. And at the end, I'll show you the picture. You know how to cook pasta. 10 minutes, water, oil, salt. Again, half a pound of pork, ground pork, 2 pounds of hamburger, and the eggs. And let me put this stuff away, clean it up a little bit, and I'll see you in a couple. Alright, so I got a couple pounds of hamburger, just about 2 pounds, and a little bit, about a half a pound of pork, like I said before, ground pork. Alright, we start our meatballs. I minced a clove of garlic. Man, I can't say that word today. Because there's nothing better than fresh garlic in your meatballs. Come on. Plus I use my hands. I'm going to be washing them a lot. There we go. So, a wise old Italian guy, no names mentioned, Joe Graziano, once told me 2 eggs for every pound of hamburger. And I follow that because his meatballs are incredible. God bless you, Joe. Miss you. And Peter, of course. And Mary, that was his wife. So we got the garlic, minced garlic in there. I'm just going to rinse my hands real quick. I'm going to add everything else. Alright, so Ritz crackers. I didn't have many more. I forgot to go to the store, so I'm going to use what I got. Put those in. Some breadcrumbs. How much? Not that much. I know we got fresh garlic, but a little more garlic powder never hurt. Okay, Goya, Abdoya. That's it. Finish this little package. That was probably half a teaspoon. I like to put a little Parmesan cheese. Maybe you guys do too, I don't know. Then we got the Italian seasoning. About a good teaspoon or so, maybe 2. Oregano. Alright. 2 eggs. Just like Joe told me. Put the 2 eggs. Alright. And of course, last but not least, salt and pepper. Salt. Let's mix this up a little bit. I'm going to start with the spoon. I'm going to use my hands, but I'm going to need them to add more ingredients. Well, one more ingredient. Alright. It's a little bit moist, like I said, because of the eggs. So I like to put in some actual bread. Just like we do with stuffing. Just throw some chunks in there. Put it in. Put it in. This will help with the egg. It absorbs it. Won't be so wet. I don't know how big you like to make your meatballs, but I usually do them right about. I'm just getting it all mixed up. Right about, for me, that's a good size. Some people like them really big. Like my buddy Johnny Bernardi, I've had yours, they're really good. Huge, really good. He uses the Ritz crackers too, but he uses more. Again, I didn't have any because I forgot to stop at the store. So I'm gonna make them all about this size. We're gonna brown them and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, come on a little closer. We're gonna put a little bit of garlic down here. Look at that little bit. Only a little bit because we already got some, but swirl it around so the whole pan has the flavor. You girls that were at that party, you know how I did that. Swirl it around. We're just gonna brown them. Low, medium. Alright. After that, we're gonna put them in here, in there. Like I said, for 10 minutes in the oven at 350, and then in here. Stir it around once in a while, you're done. And then of course cook your pasta, boiling water, oil, a little salt, and 10 minutes, or al dente, 9, 8, whatever you like. You're eating it, not me. I'm eating mine. Okay, a little brownish. Just a couple minutes. Then I'll put the rest of them in here and do the same thing. See how they get really dark really quick? It's only going to be, like I said, a few minutes. So I'm just going to do this to this batch, to that batch. Throw them in there and finish them in here. See you in a few.
One.
Okay. So, see the meatballs, guys? A little bit. Nice, nice. About 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Everyone's stove is different. So this is how you want them to look, right here. Can you see that?
Yep.
Excellent. So now we're going to put them in here, because they're not quite cooked yet. All right. So my heat, this one's a little bit crazy. It's gas, so it's kind of hard to judge your temperature. So these actually are about almost 2 minutes on each side. Now, if you're on a lower heat, you can do 3 to 4. But I don't want to mislead you. So it was about 2 minutes. And we're going to flip them again one more time. But we don't want to burn them. We just want to get it right there. See that nice little color? That's what we're looking for. Another minute. We'll throw them in here. Put them in there for 10 minutes. And then finish them in here. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm just telling you. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. Meatballs. Look at that nice color.
Yum.
Should have used the pot holder. Ah.
Baby.
Alright, now let's put these in here. One at a time, nice and easy. In There you go. There you go. And there it is. Alright, pasta sauce, your meatballs, they're gonna cook out for about 3-4 more hours. And that's it. That's nice and easy. Nice little Italian meal. The garlic bread with cheese. I got the Italian bread. Enough to feed an army, but I can eat. We're gonna slice this in half. We're gonna melt butter. We use some nice minced garlic. I got another jar, thank God. And when I put the garlic bread in there, I'm gonna put it at about 400 degrees. And I'm gonna put a little bit of butter, then I'm gonna use the garlic, like I said, the garlic butter. I'm gonna brush it right on, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. I'm gonna show you, but I'm gonna tell you here. Put it in the oven first, and get it almost crispy, really nice. And then we'll put the cheese on and melt it on. Because you don't want to put the cheese right away. Then all the middle will be really soft, and the edges will be burnt. No good. Get it nice and cooked all up, toasted like garlic bread should be. And then we'll put the cheese on it, melt it, cut it, and mangia, as they say in Italian. Come caralho in Portuguese. Okay, so it's been a couple hours, and the real way to taste the sauce is bread and butter, and every Italian knows that. Let's try it. It's not quite ready yet, but horrible. That's great. But for now, I just want to know if you think you're going to like this video, please go to YouTube, hit Paul's Kitchen, then put in who knew what you could do, and yes, you're going to see this mug. Alright, so I used about 3 yeah.